Last week was an emotional week. I've come to realize as I grow older, time is more valuable than money. And then the boatyard called to tell me the initial diagnosis of what was really wrong with the boat. Hi, Max. And with that bit of news in mind, I had to question, what am I doing? The news that it was beyond their ability to fix it and that they had to call the local Volvo Penta service team seemed like a sound decision and a responsible one to make. Then they told me he couldn't be there for 14 days. The boat season in Maine is really short. The warm weather is only here for a couple of months, and it's basically late June to early September. And in all, it's about 80 days. Now keep in mind, I had just lost 2 weeks for the generator repair. And here we are, late in week 3, and I'm told it's going to be another 2 weeks before it can even be looked at. That's 35 days, and if she needs special order parts because she's 27 years old, and likely she will, there goes another week. In all, we're probably looking at having to be down around 42 days at best, and that's more than half the season. Now, let's talk about the cost. The boatyard needs the dock space so they can work on other boats, so they're going to haul her out and store her on the hard for the 2 or 3 weeks while we wait for the Volvo team to get there. It's just shy of $900 to haul her, and it's $100 a day for storage. So if it's 3 weeks, that's a total of $3,000 with the haul out. Keep in mind, it still hasn't even been looked at yet. Oh, and their best guess is that it's the EDC unit, the electronic diesel control unit. It's sort of a computer, and it's a $7,200 part. I had just spent, rub my back. We just spent $8,000 on the last repair, and now it's looking like another 10 grand. I really stretched myself and our family finances to buy this boat, thinking it was a better option than continuing to throw money at the old, 45-year-old Mrs. H that we had before. And the real reason I had done this is because there's no guarantees of good health. And after losing my brother and a few other close friends in the last few years, boating the ICW has always been a lifelong dream. So to say I was devastated and depressed with this news, that was a gross understatement. So I got through the sleepless night, and in the morning I called a Facebook friend that has the same boat as mine, same engines, and she and her husband happen to also have a authorized Volvo Penta service business in Maryland. She gave me new hope. She emailed me some shop manuals and gave me, a path to follow. I called Portland Yacht Services, and I had a very raw conversation about losing my brother and friends, why I bought the boat, and what my plans were. I told them of my conversation with my friends in Maryland and why they were the most qualified people to help troubleshoot this. I sent over the shop manuals and the notes that she had sent to me and suggested that maybe we could take a look at this. They told me that the boat was scheduled to be hauled out in a couple of hours, and they really wanted to wait for the local Volvo team. So I was pretty disappointed, but I told them I understood and thanked them for letting me express myself. Well, they must have thought it over, took it to heart or whatever, but about 3 hours later, she called to tell me after 2 hours of work and diagnosing and an hour sea trial by herself personally, that Mrs. H was fixed and ready to come home. So that's my story, and continue watching the video for some of the some of the trip home and the rest of the experience at Portland Yacht Services, who, by the way, obviously not sponsoring this because I got a big bill with them, but I am really impressed and very happy with the work that they've done. So, happy boating! So the weather here in Maine for the last couple of weeks has been beautiful. The sun's been shining, it's been about 80 degrees, and the boat's been tied up, as you know, at Portland Yacht Services with a throttle control issue. Well, we got the call Friday that the boat was ready. Probably should have gone down Friday night to pick it up. Yesterday, Saturday, fog. This morning, fog. Tomorrow's forecast, fog. The boat must be fixed, right? Because the forecast for the next week doesn't look so good. A lot of cloudy days, some windy days, some rain in the forecast. I think Wednesday's the only day of sunshine planned for the next 10 days. So it must be fixed. But we're really excited that we're going to be able to go back, get the boat. Obviously, we'll be running her home today under radar to make sure that we make it safely. Thank goodness it has radar. But anyways, we'll see you soon. Hello, hello. Well, we're back aboard the boat. Third time's a charm, I guess, or 3 strikes and you're out. I'm not sure which it is. This is our third attempt to bring the boat home. We are leaving Portland Yacht Services now. Again, I am impressed with the work they've done and the extra effort that they put in the other day. Hopefully she's good to go. See how she goes, huh? Fog's lifting here in Portland Harbor. Don't know what it looks like when we get outside. Wendy dropped me off and she's already back home. I had to wash the boat and then I spent 20 minutes